Hello, everyone. I'm Jean-Claude John Mystic, and welcome to this Wednesday night episode of Tarot Readings by Janine. You can find the lovely and amazing Janine at Sending Ravens here on YouTube and also at Tarot by Janine. Janine, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Hi, Jean-Claude. I'm pretty good. Had a big experience being a homeowner today, but other than that, I'm doing good.
Well, do you want to talk about that, or is it a little bit...
Oh, yeah. Okay. Just cleaning up some sewage, nothing too exciting.
We are in a retrograde period, so weird shit does happen.
Weird shit. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about your luck. That is pretty shitty, so to speak. So, guys, if you're watching now, give Janine a lot of energy so we can clear that, because she has to call in the pros tomorrow, and hopefully she doesn't need to get into breaking any of the cement to get into those pipes. There's a little bit of a backlog there somewhere on the property. So hopefully, if you guys all send positive energies, the guys can fix it really quickly.
Yeah.
And at no cost or low cost. Who said something? Hold on. I just saw something go through the screen. It's going so fast. Somebody said, "Holy crap!" Yeah, holy crap. Yeah, exactly. It's a crap. It's not a trap, but it's a crap. I love the double entendre there, Sandy. You got me going. Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
All right, man, we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. We're still under this retrograde, of course. It's specifically maybe more targeting to communication, censorship. Also, we know a lot of our friends are getting strikes and all that. We're trying to do our best here to avoid any more further strikes also on Sending Ravens, and to resolve the situation that is still not yet resolved there in terms of Janine no longer being monetized there. So we're going to, again, tonight here and perhaps for the next couple of weeks while we're in this transit, try to be a lot more careful on the words that we use and the topics that we're going to discuss. And as a bonus to that, we're going to spend more time again answering your personal questions from the Insider Access Pass and also from the PayPal tip jar. So a big thank you to all of you joining us here tonight. I wanted to start with this. Today, Janine, Julie, and I recorded this really cool investigation. We really took a different look at the idea of this Earth Space Force, who's behind it, what the goals are, and what perhaps the benefits are going to be for humanity. Really, really cool show. I did launch it on the Insider Access Pass later this afternoon as soon as we recorded, and it is now available on pay-per-view. And again, it's a different twist on things. We're not looking at it from the secret soldier space program personnel. We're not looking at it from the contactee personnel. We're really looking at it from a tarot and also astrological alignment. What was your take on the show here today, and how much fun we had, Janine?
Yeah, it was really revealing, actually. And I loved Julie and you together, how you come up with the questions for me, questions I would have never thought to ask, really put a perspective on it from Earth perspective, like from down here, what do things look like? Right? And where are we going with it in the future? And how is it going to be helpful, or will it be helpful in the future? How much of it's already happening? Like it was fascinating.
Yeah, really cool. I liked it too. And I think eventually we'll have to do a part 2, because some of our questions led us into territory of, oh, wait, those are a lot more questions we didn't even think of asking in the first place. So there's a lot there, but essentially, folks, the alignments right now in astrology for this year, the alignments of all of these, what Janine, Julie, and I have been talking about in the Astro Woo and the Beyond Crypto Woo, the convergence of convergences, you have to understand that there is a saying as the as above, so below. So if we're feeling all of these convergences here on the planet, so too is happening at the extraterrestrial level. And at some point, these two are going to collide. And we're thinking here, and if you watch the episode, you'll see how close we are, in fact, to those events, and what perhaps your role, if you watch the last Soul Contract investigation, you might understand a little bit more how you have a specific role in all of this. So hopefully this episode will be of interest to you. It was really of interest to us, and we're really excited to put it on. And a big thank you to all of you, of course, who support us there. Those pay-per-views really help us do all of these shows here on YouTube, seeing as we're now both demonetized here. Now, speaking of demonetization, I want to bring this one up as well. Let me see where that went. I'm sorry, I lost the deck today. Talking about the retrograde, we started recording today. I lost power as we were starting, and then we're having all these weird glitches. And even now, Janine is freezing on the screen and it's a little bit foggy to me, and everything is glitching. So again, we're in this weird retrograde. But speaking of that, I'm getting a ton of emails in the last week and a half, 2 weeks now of people who cannot, for some reason, access the pay-per-view through PayPal. PayPal's acting up. Suddenly it's no longer accepting credit cards. Suddenly it is. And it's weird. It seems to be, again, just weird retrograde stuff going on. So we've extended this Janine jailbreak coupon code once again for you guys here. For those of you who are still trying to get into this and not have to deal with PayPal for all of those pay-per-view episodes, individually speaking. So if you guys are still looking for this, Janine jailbreak is the coupon code. It'll give you 10%. And while I'm there, in case we're in this retrograde, I'm just gonna go make sure that was actually renewed so that you guys can use that live here during the show. Let me just give me a second here. Hold on, Janine. While I do that, let's pull some cards also on this community, because one of the questions somebody asked in the show on Monday night was, what was the role of this community, the Beyond Mystic community, going through this transition? Can you recap that here with the importance maybe of staying connected here as we're having all of these issues, not just with the censorship, but perhaps here also with the banking system? It appears that those forecasts that you and I had a couple of months ago are happening right now here in the month of May, and all those convergences. So if you want to pick some cards here to help the audience navigate all that, it'll help. And in the meantime, I'll go make sure that that coupon code is still in fact active for you guys.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be the theme of this retrograde. Okay, you're going to have holdups, you're going to have frustrations. Both of these are minor arcanas, but they can both be really frustrating. So especially that 5, it's just like hurdles. So there's going to be holdups and hurdles around paying for and or staying connected in general. Those are sword cards, so they're all about communication. And of course, Mercury retrogrades are, it's always about miscommunications and troubles in communication. So yeah, it's going to get a little worse than right now, because we're just at the beginning of the retrograde. So it does tend to. And then when we get close to the end, all of a sudden, all of those things start to run really smoothly. This is what's so fun about retrogrades. When you come out of them, it's like you hit the ground running, and all of a sudden things feel so much better. Okay, so that's the good news about retrogrades. But yeah, it's absolutely going to be frustrating. So we're all going to need to just be extra patient with things. Am I frozen?
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. I think everybody heard you there, but yeah, a little bit more patience. Yeah, somebody says yes, lots of patience needed. Gisela, I agree. Another thing also too, Janine and I have been withholding for the longest here, trying to not raise prices. We haven't, in fact, risen prices once since we started all of these pay-per-views. We are about to do that, not at the individual pay-per-view episode level. We really want to make those as easy as possible, the price of a coffee, to support us. But on the Insider Access Pass, at this point, with the addition of the new shows that we've put up there, the total value of this pass is somewhere close to $600 to $700. And of course, it used to be around $350, and we were selling it for $240 for the year pass. So it was a good investment at the time. Now it's an absolutely great investment. And of course, so we are going to adjust the prices because we've added content, but mostly to address some of the inflation costs that are creeping up on our back end with the server and the bandwidth. So not by a lot, but we will, within a week or two here, increase the Insider Access Pass. So right now you can still get it at the original price of $240 for the year moving forward, and of course still have access to that 10% coupon code. So if you guys were thinking about getting this pass eventually, now is probably the time before we have to adjust those price changes for you guys. And now in terms of one last note, for the Insider Access Pass members who are already members, you are also going to get a super duper bonus here presented to you next Monday for your renewal period as well. I'm not forgetting you guys. You are what made it possible the first time I got deleted on YouTube, and then the second time, and then also on Patreon. So your renewals here, you're going to have a fantastic deal offered to you guys as well. So that will be ready with all of the artwork here probably by next Monday. So just check out the announcement on the Insider Access Pass main library for you guys there. Okay, pyramid for tonight. So speaking of that, so thank you so much to Carla for donating to the show again this evening. This goes to, again, one of you amazing PayPal tip jar donators who support us every night here. Let's see what this pyramid, Kelly, new pyramid here, has in store for you guys. I actually love this color too.
Hey everyone, it's Carla again from Ascension Organites, and today I have Kelly. So Kelly symbolizes the throat chakra for me because of her teal colors, but she's actually I think of her as a calming and soothing piece. She happens to be one of the most popular designs that I have. So I guess she reminds me of like the cloud, the sky, just a very calming and soothing scene or image. So she's made of white quartz and aluminum metals with the flower of life in silver. As you know, white quartz is very versatile, is a master healer, so it can be used for any intention. I'll give her a quick turnaround so you can see her. And there's Kelly. I hope you guys like her. I'll see you guys soon, and thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Carla. I love that one. And Carla just messaged me. So we were looking for 2 of the winners last week who haven't responded. The first one has responded, and now the pyramid is on her way. But the second winner for last week was Marie Curie, or Mary Curie. She won the Teresa pyramid last week. We're still looking for her to respond. So for Marie Curie, if you're listening to me now, check your spam folder for your emails from Carla, or contact me directly here, and I'll put you in touch so that we can ship that pyramid to you. So, and guys, if you are looking to get any of these pyramids for yourself, also you can use Beyond Mystic as a coupon code. On the website here is ascensionorganites.com. That's where you'll find Carla's amazing creations. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for bearing with us through all of those little announcements. Now let's get to, again, we're going to try to do our best here, even though there's this crazy censorship and the retrograde going on. But who's this? One of my first moderators, Beta Change, Crypto Nana. I don't know if she's in the house right now, but she just posted this. Coming soon, May 19th to May 26th, is that famous 7 days in May that the Webbot data was predicting being as a very traumatic, culminating period of time with high emotional values. So I wanted to take a pulse on that right now. Cliff had suggested that May 9th was a setup to what would eventually hit on May 19th. He tweeted something, or actually he doesn't have Twitter anymore. On his Telegram, he suggested that he made a mistake, that in fact it was the May 5th 50 basis point increase by the Federal Reserve that would set up eventually this turmoil here of the 7 days in May. So I'm curious, are we bringing that forward? We are May 11th today. Are we still on track for this weird 7 days in May phenomena? And if so, what do the cards have to say for the audience?
Isn't that interesting? I'm getting really, really good energy around that time. Something we've all been wishing for and waiting for. Okay, so to me that sounds like well, any number of, like, I know I'm wishing and waiting for the event, or something that shifts and turns everything topsy-turvy on the mainstream media and brings out the truth, what, you know, at least beginning in the face of sort of sleepers, you know.
Yeah.
And this is interesting because the outcome is truth. And she's also very free, individualistic, and sovereign. So it leads to this, whatever it is, whatever's coming that talks like Cliff's talking about there. It feels emotionally like the people watching videos like this, we're going to be glad about it. I don't know about other people, but we've been waiting for this, and it has something to do with the good military.
Well, that's fascinating. And again, when he was on our show talking about this a couple of months ago, and he said that the Webbot data itself didn't say whether it was negative or bad. It would just say that the emotions would be high. So just like if you're having sex, the emotions are high, or if you're dying or being beat up by somebody, your emotions are pretty high as well. And the Webbot data really doesn't differentiate unless it can pick up some temporally linked words around that event so that he can kind of make a guess as to what those events are. But I'm with you too. Like, we keep getting the fact that if in this temporal war, the spiritual war we're in now, we get even an opportunity to remove this bug from our back, then suddenly it's a game changer. Humanity can retake its ownership of its own evolution, and then the course from there towards sci-fi world, towards abundance, the sky's the limit for us. I think we're close to that point now. So again, I'll say I'm cautiously optimistic. I hope the audience members are with us on that. Again, let's keep that frequency as high as possible. That being said, we know that there's still pockets of what they call unintended consequences through all of these changes, where we might have some dislocations in our markets and everything like that. So yes, you have to be ready, nimble, and adaptable to the situation around you. But I think overall, if we're all working together, we're going to make it through. That's, I think, is very positive, and I think we're pretty much all on that same page, Janine and I. Okay, so that's for the 7 days of May. Let me see if I can bring up this other topic. I'm going to use Code's here. So the organization around the planet that usually looks at these situations with the different things that could be detrimental to people's health around the world, I guess you guys know which one I'm talking about, is suggesting right now that they would create this new binding, I guess, legislation that would supersede national legislation, so that they can override municipal, provincial, federal laws and implement some things like we've seen in the last 2 years. Yeah. Is that good enough for context, Janine? Yeah. Okay, so there's that happening right now, and a lot of people are saying, wait, is that possible? Can they even do that? Like, could you imagine the ramifications of giving all that power to an organization? Why are we hearing about this now? Is this a narrative to threaten us? Is it exactly what they want to do? Let's pull some cards and, again, watch the language there, so that we don't get dinged on this censorship stuff.
So some of the viewers will probably remember I did a deep dive on that exact organization and another organization that starts with a U.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I did get that they were on their way, like they'd been taken over. But let's hope that's the case, because what you described there would be literally like that world that these bad guys have been trying to create. That would pretty much sew it up.
That would be their wet dream. Yeah. And it would lead to more of that reset talk, and, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. What if says, the sky isn't the limit, JC. We have no limits. I agree, man. And if you go watch this episode from today, Earth, Space Force, our solar system is also not the limit. So again, I'll let you watch that episode to see why I'm saying that. But I totally agree with you. It's an expression, but yes, there is no limit. We are in a jail cell, but it's only of our own making at this point. The doors are not even there anymore. So yes, absolutely. Go and manifest your reality. Janine.
Yeah, it's going to look like they're doing that, and it's not going to stick around. Okay, let's keep looking. Yeah, it's going to look like that. This is part of the scare. Things get way better very shortly. So it's just hold on to your judgment and energetically. Don't fall into the trap, okay? Because it's a temporary setback, and it's made to scare the you-know-what out of you. They want you to think. They want you to, they're going to go back and point at this and say, this is what you guys were saying okay to. This is what you were agreeing to if you were walking around with those things on your face and you were agreeing to the mandates, and this is what they were doing. This is what they had planned for humanity. So they're just showing us the plan again. And that's kind of consistent that I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fake news, but it's going to look real for a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, still more of that movie to unfold. Talking about a weird movie unfolding, for a lot of people in China, they're waking up to really weird, ominous red skies, crimson red, the Chinese port city. And there's a few people actually already asking that in the Insider Access Pass. It was already on my slide deck. So yeah, what the hell's going on with the red skies in China? Let's see what the cards have seen on that. I'm surprised. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people asking about the new documentary with a few thousand at the beginning, and then what seems like another word for donkey. That's going to be very tricky to talk on this show about right now. So we're going to leave that one alone for now. Okay, guys? But we'll get back to it, or we might do a special investigation work where we can speak freely on that as well. Okay? So yeah, somebody here, well, I forgot the name. Danny Bune, Red Dawn. Yeah, there was a lot of predictive programming there in that movie as well. But yeah, Red Dawn. What's happening with these guys?
So it seems real, and it seems to be created this is really interesting. It seems to be created by nature with that Ace of Wands. So this is not something somebody faked. This is a natural occurrence. I have no idea what would do that. It's a natural occurrence. And it's the elimination of something, or there's not enough of something in the atmosphere, or there's something about needing more of something. Now, I don't know anything about atmospheric things. So if that tweaks anybody's knowledge about these kind of things. So there's something lacking in the atmosphere that would create that. Probably a whole bunch of things would create it. Yeah, it's nature. It has all of these cards are nature related. Also, she's water too. So something about fire and water. Interesting, because we've got the fiery cards and water. So liquid on fire, but somehow affecting the sky, turning the sky red. It's very interesting, but it's a natural occurrence is what I'm getting.
Wow.
I wonder if it's a sign universally or something. Why don't we ask what it's
Well, I was going to say, you're saying it's natural in the sense that in my mind, as you were saying that, it's like, oh, Mother Nature is doing something. So it's not human driven, but is Mother Nature doing something simply because of the chemistry in the air? Or is it also maybe sending us a message? So if it is sending us a message of sorts, what, if we could channel, could be that message? I think you were leading in the right direction there. Sophie Landriot, wow, GC, tu patines bien. Ah oui. Une performance époustouflante de patinage artistique. Oui, c'est ça. Go ahead, Janine.
It looks like a message. Okay, so there's a surprising message, and it's something that's been happening because something's getting healthier. Okay, this is around better health, slowly but surely. So something in their atmosphere is clearing and getting healthier instead of worse. And it's created this. So something's leaving their atmosphere. Okay. It's coming from something leaving. And the outcome is the world. And I said, but what's leaving? Something that the demonics were doing. So something that the dark cult was doing to their atmosphere is being cleared. And it's clearing. It's coming back to something. They're coming back to something more natural. But it's one of the processes is it turns red like that.
Wow. Okay. That's fascinating.
Wow.
And Bobby says here, Bible, JC, the Bible. Yeah, maybe too. I'm not as versed on that topic, but maybe I'll get Bull Pony back on. I saw that he updated his last report here, so maybe we can get him on and see how this I guess ties into some of his timelines for the changes that are occurring now. So thank you, Bobby. Yes, I'll ask Bo if he wants to come back on the show and talk about that and see where that lands as well. Okay, let me look at the Insider Access Pass. Laura Kays. Is that Lakeside Laura? I think so. What does Universe... Oh, hold on. You guys can see that. Let me bring that up. Laura Kays. What does Universe have in store for me in the coming year? Thank you. All right. A bit of future forecasting for Laura.
Well, if Laura was in front of me, I would ask her to be specific about what area, because obviously there could be innumerable amount of things they have in store for.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy year for most of us.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
What would be the priority? What would be the priority thing that Universe has to say maybe for Laura this year?
I'm going to ask it that way. That's how I asked it in my mind.
Okay.
So it's a spiritual thing. It seems like she's maybe been really heightened intuitively, and she's had even in particular a very intense intuitive drop, like some kind of something dropped in her mind that maybe she recognized it as a channeled piece of information. Maybe she didn't. Maybe she dismissed it. But pay attention to what's kind of things are occurring to you intuitively, and it's about your family dynamic. extended family. This is an extended family card, or community, a community you're involved in. But often extended family is like a community. But if that doesn't make sense, then look to a community that you're involved in. So there's some kind of intuitive knowing that came to her, and her intuition is clearly really heightened this year. Okay, it's like she'll sort out a lot of things even that could have happened in the past in her family dynamic or community dynamic that brought things to where they're sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, a raven just flew right by my window when I was saying that. Okay.
Of course. Wow.
Wow. Okay, yeah. So okay, now I get this card in the middle. I think she needs to be prepared for way more intuitive drops. So the Two of Swords tells me maybe it hasn't occurred yet, but it's going to start. So this is going to be a big theme this year where her intuition is heightened. And I think this is happening to a lot of people. And she'll find that she just sorts things out and knows things. So she might want to get a paper and pad and write those things down, or talk about it into a microphone, or like as soon as it occurs to her, so she can remember. If she's anything like me, like stuff occurs to me all the time, and then I'll forget about it. So I like to. I just use my mic on my, I'll just record it.
Right.
But writing for some people is good, or some kind of symbolic language. However, she can remember. Okay, because it's like she's going to be very heightened intuitively. So her spiritual antenna is a big. It's going to be really working hard here in the coming year.
Wow. Okay, and she says, "Oh my gosh, that is like," said Laura. I thought it was lowercase. Okay, thank you so much, Laura. I hope that helps. What's funny with what you just said there, also, Janine, it brings me back to the last Monday show. Let me just start comment here. We have to address somebody bought the Insider Access Pass. Okay, Sandy Dillum, I'll be back to your question in a second here. But let me just finish this thought, and it ties into what Janine was just saying to Lakeside Laura. On Monday night, Sarah and I were driving back home to come and do the show here with Janine. And as we were driving, it hit me. And again, I was driving, I wasn't looking at the fields or the pasture, but something was pulling my attention to the right. And as I gazed my attention, I saw this, basically, look at this triangle. I don't know if you guys can see that okay. It's coming off wrong as I'm zooming it, but it's either a triangle, and here there is an eye with a dot on top of it. My head went to directly AI. That's how I read that message. And I was driving, and I said, Sarah, take a picture of that. Like, isn't that crazy? So anyways, it's not coming out really well here. I'd probably have to adjust the contrast for you to see what we were seeing live. But anyways, I didn't make heads or tails of it. And then we came here, we did the show, and we all talked about the fact that during the weekend, we all had this weird rigmarole of emotions going through our bodies, most of it not our own personal thoughts, increasing the fear, increasing the uncertainty, the doubt in each and every one of us. And we had that conversation, and then we were saying, oh, something was doing that to us. And then as I finished the show, I just realized, oh my God, I took a picture just before the show. The answer was there. There was some type of technology being used, waged in this war against us here during the weekend. Janine, when I sent you this picture, what was your reaction right after the show?
Just even the colors of it, unless you put it through a filter.
Yeah. No.
Okay, the colors are unreal.
Yeah.
Okay, and then there was that other shape, almost looks like a crown, and it looks like something's in print. Those are unnatural shapes for clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I thought we had some kind of activity going on, otherworldly, and then I see the A. I didn't see the I, but I definitely saw the A. So if you saw an I as well.
Yeah, here in the contrast on my computer, I do see, if you see where my cursor is, that is the dot on top of the I, and then the I goes down behind this tree here. And so where we were driving, the tree's in front here, but it was A and then an I. It sort of had a few pictures, maybe in some of them it's a little bit better, but at any rate, yeah. I thought that was kind of fascinating. Yeah. Okay.
Can I tell a crazy story that happened to me today?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a feeling this is just the start of things. I bet a lot of people will relate to this. This has been happening for me in the last year, just more and more. So for the last, like, we cleaned out my mom's room. So my mom passed away, for people that didn't know, about almost 2 months ago now. And we've cleaned out, by the way, I feel really close to her, and she's visited me profoundly even a couple of times already. So I feel wonderful with her energy. Sad, of course, and I miss her, but I feel wonderful. So it's not a bad thing to talk about. Anyway, so I had a whole bunch of her things in the back of my car, and they were things that we had sorted through and took what we wanted as sisters. We sorted through our things, and then there was a bunch of things to give to needy people. So I was thinking the women's shelter, something like that. And I kept, in Calgary, there used to be these bins where you could drop off things for the women's shelter, and I couldn't find them. I went to all the usual spots. They weren't there. So I've been for weeks carrying around this stuff in my car and thinking, and today in particular, I was like, I need to find the bin, blah, blah, blah. So I was going to the post office, and I've been there hundreds of times to this in the neighborhood post office. And I went the wrong way and ended up down an alley and came to this place just behind the post office. And there's 2 bins there, and I ended up parking right in front of them. So it was like, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I need to find a bin, but really I need to find where to park to get to the post office. And my car parked to me in front of the bins, which I've never seen there before. I've been in that neighborhood a year now, but I've lived in Calgary for 30 something years. I've never seen those bins there. Oh, there's 2 bins sitting right. I literally parked in front of them and went, oh, there's the bins. The universe took me over to the bins. I know it sounds corny, but little things like that are happening constantly. I'm manifesting everything I need, and in the most weirdest way.
Yeah.
You know, I know it sounds silly, but it's like, that was just one of so many of those weird incidents, you know, like just you get exactly what you're thinking about, it appears, you guys. Like, we're going to see more of that.
I've been getting a lot in the last couple of days too. Sarah and I are talking about Bob, and then Bob calls on the phone. Like, it's just happening like 3 or 4 times a day. Like, it's really, it's sort of like, okay, somebody's just fucking with us, right? Like, it's just a little bit weird now. It's like, it used to happen a lot, but now it's happening like really much. Donna says, way cool. Yes, I know. Cool. Okay. Let me go and do a second try at this picture for you guys. Let me see if I can bring that up. So that was my original picture. I've just zoomed in here and put some contrast. You can definitely see what looks like the A, and you're starting to see the eye here behind the tree a little bit better. Again, the dot right on top, and then the line that's moving down behind the tree. So anyways, guys, I hope that helps. So somebody was asking in the chat, I started to comment, I bought the Insider Access Pass. How do I ask a question? Okay, so when you're logged in to beyondmystic.net, you go to where it says, click here to view Insider Access Pass content. On that page, which is the main library for the Insider Access Pass content, at the top, there's a blue button that says Discord channel. You need to have your own Discord account created, but by clicking that link, you will be brought into the live chat where I'm seeing most of the Insider Access Pass members watching live now and talking with us on that screen. So blue button, it says invite channel or Discord invitation. It's right at the top of your Insider Access Pass main gallery page. So I hope that helps. Oh, sorry. Let me see. Sandy was asking that. So thank you so much, Sandy, for helping and supporting the show. And if you have more questions or you're not sure how that works, just send us an email of the pay-per-view support page on the website, and we'll get that sorted out for you. Okay. So a big thank you to Sandy. Now, let me see. Speaking of that, next question here from the Insider Access Pass. Okay, Cat Bear. This is interesting. We're getting a lot, and you and I have talked about this in the Astro Woo with Julie. Let me see if I can bring this up. This was the one for May here. There are a lot of people in that chart for some reason that were going to be getting money from other people. So inheritances. So it seemed to be a theme here for May. So the question from Cat Bear, Cat Bear says, I had a dream. My grandmother told me my sister will receive $138,000. What does that mean? Or what do the cards have to say about that? That's for Cat Bear on the Insider Access Pass. And the Ask Review, of course, guys, still available for you guys. Tons of stuff in there to help you navigate this month of May, including those weird 7 days of May here that we were just talking about at the beginning of the show. So do go check that out if you haven't seen that. And in addition to that, also the Beyond Crypto Woo to understand a little bit more why we're seeing this pressure in the crypto market. We were actually forecasting that late last month when we recorded this for the month of May. So you'll get a little bit more of an indication there as to what's happening. Janine, for Cat Bear Grandma, $138,000. What does it mean?
It does look like she's literally going to receive monies. And it feels like it's owed to her from a past situation. Here's the past. So there's some kind of stressful situation she was involved in. And somehow it comes like the universe repays her with some money. So maybe eases her stress around finances or something. So there's some kind of karmic repayment here with that major arcana, the strength card. So she's owed it for things she went through and put up with. Okay, so the pendulum always swings. Okay, like what, no matter what happens in your life, you'll have as much good and equal bad. That's what I've found. Okay, so if you have 4 years of nothing but getting a, you know what, kicking from the universe, it seems, right? Or everything just goes wrong. It's probably astrological, by the way. You're going to have all of that repaid in energy somehow. What the trick is, you don't stay in looking at the past, and because then you'll miss when the good stuff comes.
Yeah.
You have to get over it and go, okay, well, that was lousy. I can't wait till I get the pendulum swings on that one.
And the trick is, and a lot of gurus will tell you, you have to be standing at the door, willing to open the door when opportunity knocks. But for that, you have to be listening and willing to receive, as opposed to being in the past where you're bitching about whatever circumstances you had. To paraphrase, I guess is the best way to put it. Okay, that's good advice, Janine. Miss Kimberly B, also on the Insider Access Pass, love that picture. She says, Janine, will the big event result in more deaths around the planet? Or is it the deaths around the planet that lead us into the event that you're forecasting? I'm curious how you would handle that question, Janine. And speaking of pictures, you're reminding me here, I started tabulating some of the people who send me pictures of their grids with their crystals. Cool pictures. So I'm going to show you a few of those here tonight as well. Like said, Laura says, right on, GC.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on track. All right.
It looks like a lot of the event will be falsified. So big movie time crescendo. So the event itself could be largely fake. Okay, so everybody's got to remember that. And then we've got the star. Okay, so and now this, and it's faked with off-world technology. They're going to fake us out with something. Okay, and it'll appear like there's way more people leaving, but in actuality, it's not going to be the case. So, you know, they can do, you know what, even the news, what they're doing with what's happening in Eastern Europe, I'll say. I can't say the words to it, but like it's huge fake stuff going on. Okay, that they're going to do something super fake, you guys, and it's going to be super scary, and you'll hear about all of these passings over. Okay, but then you'll hear that it wasn't the case. Moving out of troubled water, the truth will come out. Okay, yeah. Wow. So it'll appear like there will be, and for all intents and purposes, a lot of people will believe that to be true at first, just to get your attention. They're just trying to get your attention, I think. All of those sleepers, they're trying to wake them up.
Wow. Yeah. I think this is where the community here, the Beyond Mystic community, is going to be of of service to the people around them, being able to hold that light, hold that frequency, even though some of these things are going to be so weird and outrageous, especially for the people who are just waking up and who haven't had that practice yet of disconnecting from that matrix, the illusion, and the reality of the transitory nature of this reality. Wow. Speaking of the reality and the transitory nature of this reality, I want to be in this meditation room. So whoever sent me that, that's wow. No, that's a grid worth talking about. Do I have the picture on this? Who's this one from? Lisa D. Oh, yes. Okay, this is Lisa. Lisa is one of our moderators, been with us here since the beginning on the Instar Access Pass. Look at that, Janine. Isn't that the grid?
Spectacular.
Wow. Wow. Look at the size of that Merkaba.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. I
love the colors. I love the mint green with the purple.
Yeah, I love it. It looks a lot like the Beyond Mystic cover page. Or wait,
yeah, it does.
Where's that logo? There you go. The Academy. Yes, Lakeside Laura is tuning in to the frequency of that chakra and the meaning behind this Academy there as well with that picture. That's beautiful. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the Insider Access Pass. Hold on a second. Fairy House Gallery. Let's see if I can bring this up on the screen. Let's just say thank you for all you do. Well, thank you for your house gallery. Appreciate that. Vicky Rubeka. Vicky. Why do I keep having dreams throughout my adult life where the Earth is being invaded by extraterrestrials and I would have to run and hide while they were attacking everyone? Okay. Why is she having those dreams is the questions. Let's see what universe has to say.
Seems to me we were just talking about that.
Yeah. Her ears must have been burning. Okay. Let's see for her specifically. Vicky, and thank you, Vicky. That's a generous tip. I really appreciate that. I appreciate each and every one of them. And again, and while Janine is pulling the cards, don't forget, guys, we do our best to answer all of the questions. We can't possibly answer all the questions during the live show, and this is why we give back to the community. These are worth $300, sometimes $400, these pyramids. So a big thank you to all of you. About tip jar. Janine, back to you.
She was literally intuiting what the dark cult had planned. Okay, so remember, we knew that they had a big plan to have what appears to be bad aliens attack the Earth, but it would all be CGI and AI and fake.
Yeah.
Okay, but that plan is largely dismantled. So I don't think it's literally going to happen. And I think the white hats now have another, they're going to ride the tails of some event that also scares everybody, like what her dream was doing to her. But that the dream she was having, she was literally intuiting the dark cult's plan.
Yeah, that makes sense. And like a lot of people this weekend too, we're tuning into a lot of those fears and anxiety. Again, very much by design, it appears. Okay, let me go to this picture here. Again, I'm just trying to do this live. You guys are sending me this at a rapid pace that I have so many windows open. But look at this one. So I see some oracle cards there. I see a lot of crystals. I see an organite. That's the Gaia pyramid, by the way. That's Ascension Organite pyramid. Gaia.
That's
pyramid. Yeah, that's a beautiful one. Absolutely. This next one, can I bring this up on the screen? For some reason, it wasn't dragging over. Let me see. Wait, can you guys see that? Where am I? No, that's the wrong one. Let me see. Hold on. I have another one here. I think it's this one. Does that work? No. Why is it not pulling over? Let me see. Save image as. I want to share this with you. Downloads. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can go and grab that again. Hold on a second. Doing this stuff live. Not always. Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. Okay, downloads. Okay, this one, I believe. Okay, hold on. Yes. Okay, so let me zoom that in. Close. Not sure who this is. Let me see if I can bring it up for you guys. Look at that.
Ooh, artsy, very artsy.
Do you know what that deck is, Janine? Do you recognize this deck?
I don't. I recognize it as a deck, but I don't know. I can't remember the name of that one.
Who's this? Who sent me this?
It's a beauty, though.
Sasha sent me this picture.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sasha. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
There's so many of you guys. Like, it's amazing. I've got this beautiful couple here. Can I bring this up? Hold on. I'll bring this one, last one here, and we'll get back to our show. But a really big thank you. Like, you guys love these bars. And again, I'm a little bit jealous because I haven't received mine. I haven't actually ordered mine. I'm waiting for all of you guys to get yours in the pre-order list. So this is, I'm not sure who these people are. Hold on. I got their email somewhere. Denise. I don't have Denise. I don't have the other name, but Denise, thank you so much. Appreciate that. You guys are amazing. All right. Janine, we are 44 minutes in. Okay, we still have a little bit of time. Let me see if I can go back to the Insider Access Pass. Let me see here. Sky Girl Mama is sending me some nudie pics. Okay, why are you sending me some nudie pics? Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess I can bring that up because actually I've received this a few times this week. Can I drag that over? Not really nude, but you'll get the drift. So warning, folks, a little bit kind of. But anyways, we're talking about Britney Spears. So Sky Girl Mama is sending me this, but I don't have the question. What's the deal? Okay, yes. What's the deal with Britney posting porno pics on Instagram? Has she gone completely wild? There was that whole Free Britney a little while back. And now she's posting some pictures that a lot would say are inappropriate. So has she gone off the deep end? What's going on with this story here?
Am I asking that with the cards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, do you have a personal opinion first? You want to share?
Oh, well, right away I got, she's outing that she's a trafficked woman.
Yeah.
You know.
She made a lot of reference to that when she shaved her head and all that stuff. But it appears that, again, she's back on. She's either off her meds or the controllers are not doing her job, but she's trying to convey. Yeah.
She's definitely unbalanced here.
Yeah.
There's a sense of unbalance here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting, though. I feel like she's being managed by the good guys now. And so I think they're showing the results. I've been getting this a lot. I think they've been showing, like with the whole Johnny Depp and that gal, I can't remember her name.
Amber Heard.
Amber. Yeah, it's all theater. And they're managing. And it wasn't even really Amber on, but it did seem to be Johnny Depp, but it wasn't Amber. And he's had to capitulate. I mean, he's been really on the dark side. I mean, all you got to do is look at his good buddy, like Hunter S., who's like literally, anyway, a huge black magician, we'll just say that. Just you can't fathom the stuff. And they got the goods on him. Like, he's been outed for a really long time with the stuff he's been up to on the dark web. But anyway, and they were really best friends. In fact, when we did a deep dive on them, I think Ashley and I did a deep dive on their relationship, or I did one, and they were lovers. And he basically, Hunter S. was his handler. So that Johnny Depp's partaken in the party substance and all that kind of stuff. Okay, but he's been trying to crawl out of it for a long time. And if you look at him, you can tell. But anyway, so he's agreed to do the trial to show people what Hollywood looks like on the inside of these fake marriages. It's a fake marriage. It was all fake right from the get-go.
Exactly. If you guys want to have more details on that, go check out Tarot by Janine. Yes, Tarot by Janine. Last week you did a video on this. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, a few days ago I did. Anyway, she's unhinged, and they're just trying to show you, like, this is the result of altering and mind control and what they've been doing to this poor woman. Yeah,
a lot of people in the chat are saying, yeah, poor thing. Yeah, it's very sad. It is. Yeah. And it's very sad also as a father because, I have 3 daughters who were looking at this stuff and idolizing this and now realizing, maybe not realizing yet the amplitude of how dysfunctional all of that was, how that might have skewed their brain as they're growing. So sad for humanity, and also for her. And Glass Effects is saying, she was a Disney girl. And on that note, if you guys haven't seen this one, this was just last week or 2 weeks ago, the Walt Disney investigation. We talked about the Disney kids in here too, a lot of things, and it was like a whirlwind of rabbit holes after rabbit holes. And we our collective jaw dropped as we were doing this episode. So if you guys haven't seen that out, go check it out on the pay-per-view. Lisa Argentino, GC, please answer my question. I paid for it. I don't want it free is more important than dumb Britney Spears. Okay, well, there's no dumb questions here. Everybody has a question because they like it. But at least I don't see a question. I see you're in the PayPal, but you didn't add a question there. So folks, help me help Lisa here. If she has a question in the chat and one of the moderators, can you please repost that, because the chat is working too fast for me to find it. And I hope we can do it.
Also, Britney Spears' situation points to a lot of things that need to be talked about. And there's nothing dumb about looking at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's super important, actually, because it's talking about what happens to these people and our children in these kind of mind control situations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and yes, and talking about it too, and bringing other parents to look at this and seeing the signs perhaps of those distortions that are leading our kids of having the gender confusion and the hypersexualization. Like a lot of people 10, 15 years ago, they were using the terms the Britnification of children or of young females. And so it is very important to talk about that. But again, I digress. Okay, so we'll try to find Lisa's questions. If somebody can repost that for me in the chat while I'm waiting for that. What's up with the buried arcs activating around the world and solar system? That's a hard, the way it's asked, I'm not sure I can, how can I rephrase that to make sense?
So,
okay, what was universe have to say to humanity right now in relations to this concept of these arc ships that are
this quick energy to change something physically that's been really dysfunctional. So those arcs are changing frequencies and dysfunctional energy, or they're even clearing it out. It feels like it's a cleanup of some kind energetically. And they've been working on it for a really long time. And I have an intuition that what's happening in China over the skies has something to do with, so the cleanup is creating this lack of something that was in the atmosphere, and the balancing is resulting in these red skies. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if we're going to see other anomalies like weird skies and strange lighting. And it's a cleanup. Something happening secretly to the good of humans, though. Mm-hmm. It's like this, it's an energy cleanup somehow.
Okay. Wow. Okay, I found the question. So again, guys, the link to the PayPal tip jar on the screen now. A few of you were asking. Let me go back to the StarCast. Sandy, she says, JC, Lisa's question, okay, has to do with her dog, 11 years old, is her best friend forever and is sick. And Glass Effect says dog has cancer, JC, on its spleen. Okay, I don't see the questions there. I see the context. How do you want to frame the question around that, Janine?
Well, it sounds like they want to know how's the dog going to do?
Okay.
I'm assuming.
And also maybe what the dog wants to tell her, like that could be helpful as well. Okay, let's see where the cards go with that. Thank you, Lisa. I'm so sorry to hear about your dog. I know that's really hard. And thank you, everyone, for helping me find that question there in the live chat. Not always easy with all these people in the live chat. Go ahead, Janine.
So that's a really wise and intuitive dog. And I would even say a healer, like was very healing for this person and is a healing energy in the world. Okay. And is hanging in there. Okay. And sticking around and has stuck around even through maybe some time with this issue. So it's had that physical issue possibly for some time, but it's sticking around, hanging in there. Okay. And there's still a lot of enjoyment that it's getting. So even if it appears like it's not, I would say it still has a lot of joy in life. okay, with the cards I'm seeing. Wow. It actually looks like there's hope coming, some kind of, I'm thinking somebody helps this animal get to a better place in its health. So I'm not actually seeing it leaving the earth plane with that particular issue. I even think there's a quickening of something that actually helps the animals have some more time. That pooch have a little more time with its owner. And it's not, yeah. So I feel like this is when things get a lot better all of a sudden. So maybe we've got remission, maybe we've got, like this person might, so this could be a vet or somebody who gives some kind of advice or something, feels like it has something to do with this King of Wands. So a fire sign male or a very direct, positive thinking male seems to either help shift the energy with the animal's health or actually gives really good advice that helps shift this. And so there's some more time to spend enjoying life with this this dog.
Wow. Okay. I hope that helps. Thank you again, everybody, for helping me find that question. Chris Beatty on the screen. Lisa, give her the dog, Fenben and Zinc. If you guys want to go watch the Cancer Ward series from Clough High, which is still on YouTube, he's beaten cancer quite a few times in his life, and he talks about some of the things that helped him along the way. Again, we can't talk about cures here, but helped him along the way. So maybe the questioner can go check out that Cancer Word series on YouTube. There was a Fenben, and there's also the C60. And Cliff does talk about giving those products to his dogs also, which apparently lengthen the life of these animals quite a bit. And so too was the fact in the studies, the rat studies here for C60. So go check that out if you're not aware of that. Chris Beatty, thank you for the hint there. That's a great lead in for her to check out here for her dog. Okay. Okay, we're almost there, 56 minutes. Hold on. Let me bring this picture up here for you guys. Not sure who that was. It was in the Insider Access Pass, but it scrolled so fast. I don't see it. But that's cool. There's a crystal for that. Oh, I love it. Okay. When anything goes wrong, there's a crystal for that. So that's the t-shirt. And of course, they have the Beyond Mystic. Those are the tarot bars, 3 of them, a nice trifecta. I love the selenite. That looks like citrine. Love amethyst. Look at that crazy tall quartz crystal. Oh, love that. And look at that, intuition. These are the candles from the girls at Maison Jupiter. Let me bring that up and see if we can find that here. Yes, Elena, the crystal whisperer or crystal magician here, creating these amazing crystal-infused candles. Look at that. Which one do you have there, Janine?
That's the very same one.
Oh, same one. Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. Guys, if you're looking for those, they're back on track with all the shipping. It took a little bit of time for them to get back on track, but they're there now. So if you're looking at adding some of these amazing candles to your repertoire, to your meditation rooms, please do so at maisonjupiter.com. And there, of course, as always, is if you use the coupon code Beyond Mystic, you'll get 10% off of those amazing creations. Now, going back to that picture, and going back to silver, quite a few people in the chat already asking about what the hell is going on with silver. It's down right now, just like everything else. There's a few speculation as to why this push down is happening right now, who's behind this whole push down. But let's talk generally speaking here about the importance right now to be holding physical silver in your possession. Even though it's very late in the game and we're going through this transition as we speak, but for those people who might have been waiting, not sure, not understanding yet the importance of it, what would you say to the audience members here in terms of how critical it is actually to be holding physical silver in their possession right now?
Okay, so there's a big change in a big system around us. I feel like a big change in the financial system is coming, and it leads us to more safety out of troubled waters, or out of, like, this is a safety card. We're going to go to safety with this really big. So I think the way the market and the financial system looks right now, it's really sketchy. Because we know what's happening, right? But a lot of people don't know. Okay, so there's big changes coming that are going to help us stay safe in these times for humanity. And it has a lot to do with Mr. T and the white hats working in the background on the behalf of humanity. But I'm not saying we're totally saved, because there's going to be unpleasantries around system crashes and etc. Okay, so as things cross over, it's going to be bumpy as things go from one system to another. But the system that's happening, that's coming, okay, so the one that's sort of hidden right now, that's going to move us in a more positive direction, is backed with something solid. So I'm thinking gold. Okay, but I believe that that'll unleash the prices of gold and silver. I think when that really happens, because right now it's being really, really manipulated, it's worth a lot more. So is gold. Okay, but silver in particular, because that's what we're asking for, is being really manipulated. So think of this as a good time to purchase some.
Well, if you guys are looking for the Beyond Mystic bars and you are not on the pre-order list, we're almost done fulfilling all of those promises to the people who had filled out that list there a couple of weeks ago. So once that happens, we're going to open to the public probably next week. I'll have Andy on the show, and we'll get you guys settled up for that, so that you can be one of these lucky people here holding those particular high energy and high vibe silver bars in your position. In the meantime, if you are still looking at or intending to buy silver and you're really interested in other products, here, these are the specials afforded to the Beyond Mystic audience this week by Miles Franklin. You can find that at beyondmystic.net/silver. The 10-ounce kangaroos are really cool, round coins, and also here the kilo koalas, really, really cool products. And these spot prices coupons are really, really interesting and very affordable. Now, on the Canadian side, a brand new special here this week, also at mfbullion.ca. This is for the Canadian members here who have this shipped directly in Canada at low prices. This is $5.69 Canadian over spot for these 250-gram St. Helena silver coin bars. Really cool product. We don't see these often here in Canada. Something perhaps to add to your collection as well. Now, as we end the show tonight, I was looking for May Levy, so maybe the retrograde is off a little bit, but May was supposed to join us. She is preparing another activation. She does these amazing live activations on YouTube for the audience members. She's done a few here already on the show on Beyond Mystic. She's absolutely phenomenal. Janine, when you saw her first, she does a lot of these throat singing. She does a lot of this light language singing, also using crystals and all that. When you first saw her on the show, what was your impression about the power that comes out of this person when she's doing these absolutely amazing activations?
Yeah, little but mighty.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a mighty. Yeah, there's this vibration.
Chanting, I forget what the exact term is for that. We're waking up some of the original energies of these sacred sites so that they could be used again for the highest good of humanity. And so perhaps we'll do a show at some point and bring that back to the fore for the audience members. But guys, you've seen some of these activations before. This is also the work that May does to support herself. If you want to support her here, you can do so at deepintuitivehealing.com/vitality. This particular light language activation is for health and vitality, something everybody is very much in need of right now. And to access this, this is a closed group invitation. There's a sliding scale for donation, so you can give what you think is appropriate to take part in this one. This one is going to be on May 22nd at 2:22 Pacific Standard Time. So I love the numerology there. May Levy also tuning into the frequencies of those numbers. So if you guys want to check that out, please do go and support May on that one. Again, deepintuitivehealing.com/vitality. I'll put the link right here in the description box after the show, as well as pin it to the top of the comments for you guys if you want to check that out. And make sure to bring your crystals and your silver bars for these meditations to create that huge resonant effect with all of you guys watching her doing this live for you guys. Sophie Landriot, very quickly, she says, JC, je suis sur la liste et je n'ai pas eu de retour. Peut-être je dois attendre. At this point, Sophie, if you haven't had a call back, either it went to your spam or your list went to their spam. And of course, she's talking about these silver bars here. So Sophie, best thing to do is send me an email directly here. Remind us that you were on the list and how many you wanted of which bar. I will personally send that to Andy to make sure that he gets that fulfilled to you as well. And anybody else listening to the show now, also, if you had originally filled out the pre-order form, please just contact me if you haven't heard back from anyone yet, because at this point, we're almost done with all of the pre-orders, and I want to make sure you guys get in before we sell these to the public, because again, it is a limited run, and I wanted to thank everybody here on the Insider Access Pass and the priority list for supporting our show. So we're almost there. That's it for tonight, Janine. We're an hour 4 in. Do you want to just do... We're not going to speak again till Monday for the audience here. Do we want to do just a general reading leading into this weekend here? A lot of us had a rough weekend last weekend. Can you maybe pull some cards to see how we're going to have to navigate this weekend here before next week? And thank you so much to Glass Effect. He just put a link. I've got it on the screen now to Cliff High's Cancer Ward series on YouTube. A lot of people now, not just for dogs, but for humans right now, this is a big issue more and more. I just had a friend of mine die a couple of days ago on this very topic. So yes, it's difficult for all of us, but thank you, Glass, for bringing that up. A lot of people might be interested in this series right about now. So thank you, Glass. Janine, how do we navigate here this next weekend?
So we've got an ace. So that's some kind of big news around justice. So that's interesting going forward. So there's some kind of big news about either the court system, justice system, karmic justice. Okay, this card was in the middle. So some kind of big news around Mr. T concerning justice for Mr. T, or justice for Mr. T and the White Hats. So I know in the US, there's all kinds of things going on with the Supreme Court. So we won't get into in too much detail because we could get ourselves into all kinds of trouble. But it seems like that's a really big thing that's changing things for the positive. I've also noticed that there's a lot of word coming out that there's so many people suing their companies for letting them go because they wouldn't take the products. There's like so many, there's like literally massive amounts of lawsuits coming down, raining down on our governments. They thought they could get away with what they got away with. They're not going to get away with the things they've been doing in the last 2.5 years, you guys. We woke up and we're not putting up with it. I don't know how they thought they could get away with what they've been, right? They thought we'd all be gone though, or a lot of us, you know what I'm saying? So they didn't think they'd have the trouble. They're facing so much trouble, the dark cult actors that are in place, sort of being puppeted as our governments. Okay, so I feel like it's reminding us that don't sweat, like stuff's happening, and it's happening on the on our behalf, and you will see justice for Mr. T again also. And you know what I'm talking about when I say that? That's what I think it's saying there. And things are swiftly changing in that department. And in general, in the world, these people are not going to get away with what they've been getting away with. So maybe we needed to hear that right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, a few people looking for this. Cliff High on YouTube. This is the link. Let me just bring the link down to his actual channel. He no longer posts there, but those videos, if you type in the search box here, you'll find the Cancer Ward. A few people here are saying they're not available, but they are. I was watching them just the other day because we were talking about this on the Monday show, I think, with other people. So there's a link coming from me there, youtube.com/C his channel, and then /Cliff High in one word. So that's the link. And also, again, Mercury retrograde, I guess. Still waiting for May to pop in, but I guess it's not going to work for tonight. So either she doesn't have connection or we have something wrong with our time frame. The link is on the live window now, deepintuitivehealing.com/vitality. If you guys are here in the live chat and you've been with me before when we've done these live activations, let us know your comments of how absolutely amazing and powerful they are. Let the other people know who might be new to the channel here and who want to try that out for themselves, how absolutely empowering these live sessions are with May Levy. So please do go check that out and put those comments in here so people know the reality of your testimonials for those activations. So do go check that out. deepintuitivehealing.com/vitality. You can go ahead and reserve and get your spot right away. The link is working now. So in the meantime, guys, please do remember to like, share, and subscribe here at Tarot by Janine for Janine, and also here at Ascending Ravens. And if you haven't done so already and you're watching this on the Ascending Ravens show, please come on over to Jean-Claude and Beyond Mystic 3 and subscribe here. We got a lot of cool stuff, including tomorrow night, Janine.
Yep.
You and I are meeting the two sisters, Julie and Sophie, for a very special episode on past lives. A lot of you have been asking for us to do this show, so we're really excited to put that forward. So please do click that link and that reminder set for tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern. We're going to have a lot of fun together before we take a little break for the weekend. I love you guys. This was another edition of the Tarot Readings by Janine. Have a great evening, everyone. We'll see you soon. Au revoir.
Au revoir.